So, first thing when it comes to snowbusters, what we should always be doing first is always upgrading your coat. Alright, that fuel recovery up is always going to be the best thing so that you can keep getting through to the higher levels of snowbusters. Alright, getting to up to these higher levels is going to be crucial with that fuel up. Next thing up is your fuel usage per second. Getting that up is going to make it so it's cheaper to spend fuel so that you're able to play longer and earn more. After that, I always upgrade the weapon first, alright, getting further range and damage. Next, I do the boots. Movement speed isn't that big of a deal when it comes to the weapon buff to begin with. Alright, that weapon buff there at the top of my screen has a speed buff that comes with it, along with that infinite fuel. So I spend a second and I come around here and I see where everything is in my general facility. What I then do is I clear out a path, I take the rocket, okay, and I see what I have. I know I've got a magnet there, I know I've got 2 people to unfreeze, and a weapon buff over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first take the people, and because each person, each survivor, adds a 10% decrease to fuel and range. It has a little pop-up there that happens for just a few seconds. So, it is cleared by an extra 10%. Alright, but it doesn't tell you. It doesn't tell you that it also saves on fuel. Next thing is the ice here that's on the left hand side of the screen, because eventually it turns blue as well. It'll go from the powdered stuff over here to become an ice and then blue ice. How that is, the further out you go, the more costly on fuel it is. So what I'll do is when it comes to like chests like this, I'll clear it. Alright, have been playing for a while and I haven't even barely touched my fuel. Magnets last longer on a buff than the weapon does, but I can see that I have a magnet here that's all alone, but I got a magnet up there with the weapon buff. Alright, and another rocket further next to it. So I'm going to clear my path to that, not wasting fuel to go to the and just like this, I have an infinite fuel. So I'm gonna skip the guy, skip all of them, hit that, because in the infinite in that screen, it has a moment where you can't get hit because of the tick rate. Clear all this, taking full advantage, and now that I have all this, I'm going to take the shield, heal, because inside there you are able to also heal. I'm going to upgrade it both times. Yes, I get less fuel buff as I go, but I've already upgraded it twice. I get the elk, which is infinite fuel, and I can push the elk to where I want to go. I've already cleared a lot of this at below me, so I don't need to waste the infinite fuel source there. I know I haven't touched hardly anything at the top, so I'm going to push the elk to the top and just slowly chip away at its health as I go. Hitting it barely anything at a time is going to last longer, make your infinite fuel source last longer. It takes longer, but you're able to earn more fuel as the time goes. He goes that way, I come up here, and I push him the other way. And I can hit him just like this. I don't want to hit the magnet. I want to get the infinite fuel source, then the magnet. Or I want to get the magnet, then the infinite fuel source. Okay, so I'm going to hit the magnet, get the infinite fuel source, skip the snowman. Snowmen, while they offer a bit more coal, it is never worth it in the long terms of fuel. And yes, I have infinite fuel. I'm not going to waste it on a snowman. No point for me to waste that on a snowman. And now that I've got the shield, it takes 3 hits. Here, I'm just going to sit here. I'm going to tank the hits because there's a health right there. No point for me to move to get the health, and we finish and we keep going. That is how you always want to strategize. People first, chest last. Alright? No point to get the chest when you have buffs active. Alright? Get the beast at the end when you have cleared most of the area out, and you can just tank the damage, and you've already upgraded the furnace all the way as well. Alright? That's a huge tip and makes you help you save a lot of fuel. Sweeping back and forth also saves a lot of fuel instead of only getting one area at a time. Alright? Because I'm in the snow bank, I'm going to get that health. Get him into the area because I do not want to die. Because you can sit here all day and your fuel will regenerate on its own. You don't have to get it all done right away. But I have a feeling I'm going to hit this guy, get a bit more ice and sucked up, and then I'm going to be done with this map. Just like that. And I don't need to worry about anything else. And any of the other coal pieces that I've left behind always get picked up at the end as well. All that, and I was able to save 500. Moments like this here, I always hit infinite fuel source, this, and then I come. Alright, this is one of the tricky ones because as soon as you actually get all the snow cleared, it's going to want you to immediately end. Alright, it's going to immediately end. You're going to want to time it just perfectly so that you're able to get the chests and the fuel. Yep. See? I missed the coal and I didn't get it perfectly timed. See? It's one of those things that it's very difficult to do at those levels, at the level 10. So, a little tip for you. Here is all ice, so I have to plan my route a lot more careful because I'm going to be wasting. I got the weapon buff on my bottom right corner. I have the fuel infinite fuel at the bottom there. I see I got a person there. Not much I can see over there. And not much I can see over at the on the other side. So I'm going to go for the person first. Alright, then I'm going to go ahead and get to the rest and see if I can get anything. Again, we're going to stay outside of the immediate area of the furnace because when I upgrade the furnace, it's going to do it for me. Alright. Person, but I don't want to waste the fuel on that. But I'm going to grab that infinite. I have infinite fuel. Grab the rocket. I got 2 people I can hit, so I can get that on my way back. And I'm out of fuel. So I stop. I'm going to stay and get out of the blizzard. Or avalanche, whatever they call it. Get both people. and then I'm going to upgrade my furnace. And I rinse and repeat that method, people, buffs, and go from there. I can go straight across and just pick up my upgrade the furnace straight away, but I don't want to waste more fuel than absolutely necessary. I could have gone right there, but now I don't have to. I can just upgrade straight from there. Alright. And now I can start upgrading the coat, which I'm going to start upgrading the coat first as high as I can, and then I'm going to upgrade the gloves and keep going back and forth like that. Little tip.